So often I've heard the phrase, there's only a thin line between love and hate. But how, then, truly is it? Is it similar to a single thread of a spider's web, or is it closer in nature to a taut wire? Or perhaps it is a bit more grand, something akin to the line on the horizon where the sky and land meet. Does it require some grand task to cross from one side to the other, or can it be done simply without even thinking or planning to do so? Could it even have been done by accident? Or did I cross that line by accident? I suppose if I am to find the answer to that, I must find the answers to several other questions first. To start, when did I cross that line? When was it that I looked at where my hate and love for you stood facing each other as if preparing for war and decided to betray one feeling for another? Did I even change my allegiances willingly? But to say that there was a definitive time in which my emotions changed from resentment to reverence feels weak. To say that my feelings changed so quickly feels as though I'm simplifying the complexities of not just of my heart, but of my mind as well. Even before my animosity ever turned into adoration, there's always been admiration. I've always admired you, though I used to hate that I did, but how could I not? You have the heart of a lion and the mind of a fox. You're brave and clever beyond compare, and your wit and fire, your smile is beautiful. When you smile, I can see those flames in your eyes flicker, and it makes my heart squeeze like it wants to break free of this bony cage in my chest. Now that I am thinking about it, I suppose it was not a singular moment in which I realized I had fallen for you. No. Instead, there were several moments in which I realized that I was in the process of growing fond. And many, many of those moments started when I saw your smile. I remember towards the beginning of the social season last year when you shot that wild grin my way before joining a dance with a different suitor. I remember that faint spell of green envy that overtook me. For the few brief moments it lasted, I could find no rational reason for it. Then I watched the way you tripped them up with every spin, and I watched their expression turn crestfallen as you snubbed their every attempt at conversation. I could hardly believe how deliberate you are in sabotaging your own future with a suitor of such a high status. Then you looked back in my direction. Just the briefest of moments, and I saw that wicked smile of yours again. Would you believe that the look of pure diabolical glee on your face the moment the suitor stepped away from you made me smile as well? It's with that thought in mind that I am considering there's not a line per se between love and hate. Rather, after some consideration, I believe such emotion exists on a gradient that contains two different axes. On one axis is the strength of emotions, going from weak to strong. On the other axis ranges from negative emotions to those of more positive nature. I believe that while my feelings for you may have initially started out towards hatred, but as I became to know you more, I realized that I was bound to grow to admire you. However, the strength of my emotions prevented my thought towards you from remaining at simple admiration. No, rather, my feelings remained just as strong as my hatred turned into endearment. Though I suppose it only makes sense that my feelings remain equally as strong throughout my entire time of knowing you. You are able to draw such strong emotions from me, and I can't even figure out how to hold those thoughts at bay. No, when you decide to place yourself in my thoughts, you make my mind spin and my heart race as I try to wrap my mind around how I feel for you. But we've grown. It's become so much easier to realize my feelings for you. My mind finds joy in thoughts of you. My heart yearns to be in your presence again. I, as a whole, wish for you, for your company and conversation, even if you should wish to use that sharp wit and razor tongue against me. Even if you should not feel for me in the same way that I have come to feel for you. Even if I may be too afraid of your disdain to tell you of my heart's odes to you, then I may still enjoy being with you. As my mind paints fantasies of what life at your side would be like, I can't even tell you how many times I thought of extending an offer of courtship to you. I've stayed awake late into the night, happily considering what I would say if I were to offer up myself for your consideration. My heart racing keeps me from sleeping as both fear and excitement clog my thoughts. I know that you would turn me down and likely scoff in my face, but the very possibility that you might not, that you might truly think over such a decision. What do you think about pursuing a relationship with me? Would you be disgusted? Or would you take your time to consider what I have to offer you? I can dream that you would think of me, but I dare not hope. My wandering thoughts may spin a fantasy that I would take great pleasure indulging in, but that would only serve to make my adoration of you so strong that it makes my heart ache. But perhaps I might give it more thought. Come the next social season, you may not accept my proposal, but maybe if you and I are alike of heart and mind, then perhaps your hatred of me can be swayed as well. Or maybe dare say they already have. If there was a chance that you would consider a courtship with me, I am willing to take that risk. Love and hate may both be strong emotions, but I hope that you, like I have, finding yourself trading for another. I can only dream of the day that you can forgive me of my prior hatred towards you. Now my heart only knows your many, many praises and sings them like a songbird. That is what love does. It feels so achingly much. I believe I shall extend that invitation to courtship towards you, if only to satisfy my heart. However, I have a suspicion that no matter if you accept or reject me, my heart will still adore yours all the same. Oddly enough, I am quite pleased with the idea. My heart is loyal, and shall not betray yours even when in pain. I simply hope that I may capture your heart in a similar state. But until then, my wishful thinking needs tending to, and my heart needs to indulge in the irregular beat that it plays for you. Until the social season, I shall allow myself time. But once that time finds us, I will find you and finally, at long last, put past my hatred of you to death, to confession of my love.